A softening housing market in San Antonio is sending San Antonio scrambling. That's the headlines that ran on KSAT ran 3 weeks ago. And if you're sitting on the fence about buying a home right now, I bet that headline stopped you scrolling completely. Here's the thing though. What KSAT didn't tell you, what most agents won't tell you at all, is that the same exact data that's scaring buyers out of the market is actually creating the best buyer window in San Antonio has seen in 3 very long years. And I'm gonna prove it with numbers, not opinions, numbers. By the way, hit that subscribe sign right there. You see it right over here so you can know about San Antonio real estate. Let's start with what's actually happening right now, because the headlines or the national headlines will have you believe the sky is falling. Oh my goodness, the sky is falling again. National list prices dropped 2.5% in June. That's the 7th straight month of decline. Texas-wide, the median is down 1.8% year over year, sitting at 341,800. So nationally, everyone's panicking. The market's crashing. Wait till prices hit rock bottom. But here's where it gets real for you as you're looking for a home. San Antonio's median home price is $295,000 as of May 2026. That's down. That's not down. That's up 4.5 from last year. You're watching 2 different stories unfolding at the exact same time. The national narrative says prices are falling. The San Antonio reality says they're stabilizing. And when you dig into the numbers, you realize that the national numbers have been dragging down by metros that ran away in the hotter than ever they ever did. San Antonio did have a 40% pandemic spike to correct from. We had steady, boring, sustainable growth, and now while other markets are bleeding value, we're holding the line. But here's the part that actually matters to you. The property tax story nobody talks about. That KSAT story wasn't just about home prices. It was about property taxes, home taxes. And this is where it gets real. The real story is hiding. Bexar County is looking at a significantly lower property tax revenue. Why? Because home reappraisals are down. The county budget director told commissioners they're facing a slowdown, not a no cost of living rises, freezing vacant position, no capital projects. The city of San Antonio is staring at a 131 million shortfall within 2 years. A quarter of the city general funds, police, fire, libraries come from property tax revenue, and that revenue isn't growing the way it used to. Now, here's what other agents will not tell you at all. When property tax revenue slows down, 2 things happen. Either they the spending gets cut, or taxes rate goes up. The city hasn't raised its tax rate in 33 years, but the 131 million hole doesn't fill itself. Why this matters to you as a buyer? The window to lock in property tax bases at today's appraised values before any potential rate hike is right now. Stick with me. This gets even better. What you actually need to earn to buy in San Antonio. Let's talk about real money, because I keep hearing people say, I'm waiting for rates to come down, or I'm waiting for prices to crash. Here's the math that changes everything that you're thinking about right now. A $300,000 home in San Antonio right now with today's rate comes in at roughly $2,269 per month. If you've got $700 in monthly debt, you need $5,900 a month in income to qualify. That's roughly around $71,000 a year. For 2 earners, that's $35,000 each. In the city, medium home sits around $62,000. That math works for a lot of people that the national headlines will have you believe. Compare that to Austin, where the median price sits at $450,000, or compare it to Dallas, pushing at $380,000. Compare that to any California metro, where you can't touch a starter home under $700,000. San Antonio is still one of the last major metros in the country where the middle class households can buy a home without being house poor. And right now, that inventory is surging and sellers are getting nervous. You're not just buying, you're buying with leverage. Now, where the deals are hiding right now. Now here's where it gets real as you're looking for a home. San Antonio is not just one market. It's at least 3 markets. New listings surging 39% from February to March, the biggest jump in any Texas metro. Homes are sitting an average of 50 days on the market. Earlier this year, the numbers were hitting 102 days on the market, a 20% increase year over year. But that inventory is not evenly distributed. In a neighborhood like Alamo Heights, the 78209 zip code, homes are still moving at under 20 days. Sellers still set the terms. The market has not changed there. But let's drive 15 minutes away to Alamo Ranch, 7253. And it's a completely different story. Homes are sitting 90 days on the market. Prices cuts stack up. Sellers who listed too high 6 months ago are now looking at their 4th price reduction. I saw a home close by yesterday in a desirable pocket of San Antonio for $200,000. The sellers bought it at 2024 for $250,000. That's a 20% discount in 2 years. It's a stable market. That's not a crash, that's a correction, and the corrections are where smart buyers win. But now let's look at some budget tips. Target the zip code where new construction inventory is the heaviest. Builders can't sit on inventory the way homeowners can. Look for homes that have been on the market for 60 plus days. Make a clean offer with a pre-approval in hand. In this market, a prepared buyer is a dangerous buyer. Here's what I actually think. The second half of 2026 is the closest San Antonio has come to a balanced market since the pandemic. Prices aren't crashing, they're stabilizing. Inventory is up, sellers are negotiating, and the national fear headlines are keeping competition on the sideline. That's not a crisis, that is a window. Your window, but windows don't stay open forever. Population growth isn't stopping. San Antonio is adding more new listings than any Texas metro this spring. But we're also seeing one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Those two forces, supply and demand, are going to meet in the middle. Eventually, the buyers who move before they meet are the ones who get the deal. That's what other agents will not tell you at all. If you're ready to see what's actually available in your price range, no fluff, no sales pitch, just real numbers. Take strategy to number in our buyers, or if you're selling and want to know what your home is worth in this market, text no drama to the same number. Drop your comments if you've been watching these prices and wondering where to jump in. I read every single comment, every single one of them. Are you ready to make a move? Send us a DM.